Yep. I've taken about, an hour, I guess, to wash the hell out of this thing. The last 20 minutes from my own damn stupidity. So, with my hose and a somewhat almost warm day, I had, maybe 3 gallons of water in my little 5-gallon bucket and a couple drops of dish soap to break up any dust, any residue, any yada yada yada. Still dripping a little bit, as you can see. And got all the junk and gunk out of here. And all the junk and gunk off of here. And so forth. I did a little bit more work, too, on the edges of my hood. Maybe I shouldn't have done... Oh, okay. And some washed out there. I grabbed one of those micro towels that I've had sticking in a bag for I don't know how long, 5 years probably, and used it to start drying off this thing. And I realized I was coming out with suds, which didn't make sense. And then I realized I'd probably use it as a freaking rag when I was waxing a car. Therefore, I had to wash everything over again. Any wax, any residue, any oil, any silicone, anything on a paint job, on the primer before you spray it, will come out as fisheyes, imperfections, and other what the hell was that. So, I don't know if I was being too careful or not, but at this point in time, I don't care if I'm too careful, I just want to be careful. So, next step is to tape off. Yeah, I tend to stop and think while I talk. I've been told this enough times. Tape off everything except for the trunk and the engine bay so that I can paint it without oversplashing it. I've stated a couple times in a couple different forums, I think, that the best thing to do, I'm not going to paint the entire car, plus the back of the hood and trunk lid, plus the back of the doors, blah, 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 all at one time. And you should do something like that because humidity, heat, and other factors, the way that you mix your paint, may have a marked effect on its ultimate color. I've learned this the hard way on my Fiat. That stated, though, I'm going to do the inner portions of the innards of things first, so that I can do just the outside portion where you would see the outside portion of the hood, the outside portion of the trunk, the outside portion of the doors, on and on and on. So I'll be painting this car in 2 stages, maybe even 3, and 2, maybe, I don't know. Hood, god dang it, engine bay, and trunk in 1 stage, and then engine bay, trunk, I'm sorry, and the backs of things in 1 stage, and then the second stage, everything else that you can see. So, I think the forecast has us in the 60s, mid-60s, in a couple days. So if that holds for the weekend, I better get off my ass and pick a color. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Here we go. So I'm looking at, hoping to be painting tonight, but that didn't happen. My local Car Quest, where I buy car paint, is unable to make the recipe, the formula for the paint that I want. They can only get it in urethane, this guy says, which is bullshit, because I use the same paint kind, and I went up the road inside the DC beltway, phone call, and found a place that can make it out of DuPont Nason. Stuff I've used on other cars before. It's good paint. But this means I've got to go freaking into DC at some point, brave the goddamn beltway, which I hate. God, I hate traffic. Oh well. Fuck. Oh well. Anyway, so I've plasticed off a lot of the stuff I'm going to be painting later, so that I've got an opening for the trunk, nice and easily. Yep. And I did the same thing with the trunk. God dang it, this thing. I've also started to paint up the scuppers. I don't know what you'd call them. Air cowls? I don't know. Call them scuppers, good enough. Good Navy term. And I've masked off this area in here, the intake cowl shelf, to include this. This is going to stay here until I'm done painting, period. But at some point I'm going to have to mask off a lot of other stuff so I can paint the rest of the car. That's there just so I didn't spray over when I was doing the scuppers. Shivering me timbers. And yeah, I'm ready to paint. Oh fuck! Oh god damn it! I'm not ready to paint now. I bet the other side's got the same damn thing. Damn it! Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, that one doesn't. Well, shit. All right. Well, I got some work to do. God damn it.